All right, folks, it's Hawk with Fanatics and the Fan out here at St. Robert's at the Midnight Hollow Fest. I've been warning you guys for months. I'm going to be out here hanging out with some of the coolest people, but I didn't know I was going to be hanging out next to this. Ladies and gentlemen.
Why it got to be a this? Why it got to be this? Why it has to be this?
Look at you.
Why can't it just be?
Have you looked in the mirror recently?
Of course.
From The Walking Dead, Chicago PD, and a whole lot of bunch of other stuff. Mr. Bishop Stevens, thank you
Thank you for having me, Hawk. How you doing, brother?
I'm pleased as punch to be here. I don't even know where to start. Being from Chicago, I'm gonna start there though.
Chi-Town, what's up? What's up, peeps? How y'all doing? I miss you guys. I do. I miss you guys.
I miss Chicago. I'm not
Do
gonna
you?
lie. You know, I
What
started.
you doing out here in the country?
We won't even get into that.
Boomsville.
I'm nerding out with my nerd homies. So what was it like? How was it? I mean, I know that's a crazy set with really cool people. They do so much in Chicago. I've had friends that have been on the show as extras. What was it like actually working with that particular crew though? Because I know Chicago Fire is a much better crew, but Chicago PD is a fun show.
Well, let me say this. I'm not going to say either Chicago show is better than the other. I'm going to say Chicago PD is cool as. Can I curse on here? What can we say?
No, you cannot curse on
It's cool
here.
as hell. Chicago PD is cool as hell. All right, I'm gonna say Chicago Fire is cool as hell. You know, I've had the pleasure of being on part of both shows.
Right.
Empire, off the hook, is off the hook.
So to my sister who's watching,
So yeah, so those. I mean, pretty much every show in Chicago that I've been on. I've been on Crisis. I was on Crisis. Was
Right.
done in Chicago. What was that comedy? One's a comedy. Oh God, on USA.
okay.
It was on USA. It was a cool show. I just can't remember the name of it now. It'll pop up. We'll be talking in about 5 minutes. We'll be talking about something totally different. Oh yeah. so no, every show I've been on in Chicago has been a hit. It's been fun to be.
And then traveled the world, both for the WCW and the WWE.
Right.
What was that experience like?
Well, at the time, it was the best thing in my life.
Right.
But now that I'm a little older, body's a little sore, still paying for it, things like that, I can say it was fun, it was cool. I would not have traded the experience for anything, but
Right.
it's kind of nice to travel now and come home and not have to spend 3 days in a bathtub.
So
You know
for
what I'm saying?
my wrestling nerds out there, who was your favorite competitor? What match would you say I would do that again in a heartbeat?
Mike Awesome.
Nice.
Mike Awesome. I mean, rest in peace, Mike. That's why I played. I've had matches of some type with everybody from Goldberg all the way back down to Greg the Hammer Valentine, and legends like that.
Right.
But yeah, the best and funnest matches. That's why I play it on the DVD when I'm come to events. Mike was a great guy to work with, very professional. He gave me mine. I gave him his.
Right,
So yeah,
right.
that was probably the best. And he was on his way up big then with, that 70s guy.
Right.
That 70s guy, they was really building that up, so that was awesome right there too. Yeah.
So and I'm just because I know I got a lot of wrestling geeks out there. What was the worst loss that you're like, I can't believe I lost to this dude? You can say it. It's okay. I don't care. I don't care. We can say it, right? We can say it.
No, we ain't gonna say that. We ain't gonna do that. let's just say I got paid very well that day. I got paid very, very well that day. I'm gonna say that. So just to keep me calm and from blowing up, I'm gonna put it that way.
So let's talk about The Walking Dead because I know you've worked with Norman, you've worked with Steven. What was that experience like? First of all, how hot was it in Atlanta?
Hot. Hot. Ooh. That's when you sit up there and you say, man, I got to go wring my underwear out. You know what I'm saying? You got to wring your draw. You take your drawers off and you're like, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, there's nothing worse than Georgia heat in the summertime. And then if you notice, like they put us in all these clothes, and, it's supposed to be like a whole post-apocalyptic stuff. So you're trying to hold on to everything you got, and we was with the governor's group and that was just hot. And they got the nerve to yell at you when you're sweating. How you gonna yell at how you in Georgia in the summer and they're yelling at you for sweating? What the hell? What the hell was that?
Now there's a rumor going around that a lot of the cast and crew have found very interesting ways to find shade on set because none of the shots are meant to be near the shade, but they seem to find it anyway.
Right, right. Well, yeah, you hiding in trees, hiding under trees. You got, people. A lot of the cars that
Right.
are on set, they start them up, and some will sit in the cars.
Oh no! Oh
You
my
know,
gosh.
yeah, a lot of the broke.
Right.
I'm gonna shut my mouth. Or I won't. I see you gonna give me. I won't get to go back.
Are you looking forward to going back?
No,
No. Really? That's awful. Did you get to kill anybody?
we shot at a lot of people. I don't know if I.
Did you have the super syndrome?
You're like pow pow pow, and then the next day, whoever falls falls. So
Now, a lot of people that have been on the show that I've talked to have later on become fans of the show. Michael Roker is huge. When his conspiracy theories about the show are just hilarious to me.
Right.
Are you still a watcher of the show?
Yes, yes, I am still. I am not afraid to say I am a big fan of Walking Dead.
So, and we're still in a
I
hey.
stand Fear the Walking Dead.
Nobody. Okay, for the fans, for my fanatics that are on, you guys know how I feel about it, so we won't even get into that. So with the season premiere coming up, and it's not coming nearly fast enough for me. I don't know about you, but what are your hopes for this season? Because the general consensus is we ended on a high note, so this season is probably going to be really rough for us.
You really just trying to get me in trouble.
No, I'm not. I know you can't say nothing.
You're trying to start some doo doo. You're really trying to start some doo doo up in here, ain't you? You do understand the fact that in my career I'm probably gonna run through these guys. You do know that, right? But you're putting me in a situation where somebody's gonna say, "Oh, so Bishop, you said, you said you hope I die," and I'm gonna say, "No, I didn't hope you." I said your ass gonna get killed. But no, I would like to see one or two of the other major characters get taken out.
Right.
I would like to see that.
So
Just
far,
because realism.
right.
The realism of Negan.
Here's who I predicted so far. Even though I cosplay him and I love Morgan, I feel like maybe he won't survive the war.
No, that one I cannot see.
Really?
I cannot see that. I cannot see Morgan dying just because he's one of the last black men really standing. You know what I'm saying? So I really can't see Morgan going anywhere.
I
now.
also have predicted, I believe, and I feel like Father Gabriel, who is finally starting to come on his own, and
He needs to go.
every time he starts to come on their own is when they get whacked off anyway. So,
Okay, look, I'm gonna say this, and because I love you, I love Michonne. I love you. I've been in love with her since even before I went. I actually went on the show with the hopes of getting close to her.
Okay.
But she gonna go.
she's not gonna survive the war.
Everybody Rick sleeps with. Everybody Rick messes around with. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you are Rick's piece of behind, you gonna go. And that's what I didn't want to say before. So I mean, think about it.
You're not wrong.
Woman Rick to mess around with.
You're not wrong.
Dies.
You're not wrong.
Michonne is like the longest to last, but she's close a couple of times.
So now I got to ask, because I know when I watched the season finale, I know what my household was like, what my viewing crew was like, and a brother this size. Please tell me you weren't yelling and throwing stuff like the rest of us were during that season finale.
No, I don't do that. I don't do that with any. Only shows I do that is with mine.
Oh, okay.
Then I look at me going, "You could have done better than that." Shit. I'm yelling at me then about how I got killed or what I did or what I didn't do. You know what I'm saying? So, no, I don't do that with any show.
What else do you geek out on, though? Because I know Walking Dead is one of them. What else are you
I geek out on Empire.
Okay, of
I still
course.
geek out on Empire.
Who doesn't?
And again, it goes back to I see friends of mine coming up.
Right.
When I left Empire, I was one of the first guys, one of the first featured guys to get a line, to get a couple of lines.
Right.
And now they're doing that with several other actors. Jerome Davis, they've done it with him.
Right.
Others, they're bringing up a lot of the security guys.
Nice.
And letting them do stuff. So I geek out on that because Terrence was like a teacher. Terrence was really me breaking off into really getting in real acting.
Right.
Was Terrence Howard and Malik Yoba saying, "Hey man, you got your wrestling background, you got a lot going for you, you got this look, you need to go further." And after that conversation, that's what I did.
Right.
So I kind of owe them my career in a roundabout way.
Nice. Folks, the This is Bishop Stevens, and I'm Hawk, and this is Fanatics.
Now, wait, whoa, I'm not done with.
He's
I'm
not done.
with you.
Okay, oh Lord, here we go.
Hold up a minute. Now, I saw a video where you were talking about some stuff that went on at your last event, where you guys were kind of had a little scuffle and all this kind of
Oh
stuff.
yeah, we can talk about that. It's okay. We can totally talk about it, and you fans will see a little bit of clip on the bottom of the screen here, where this so-called Missouri champion, Mr. Jay Howard, the freestyle phenom, the Power Ranger wannabe, decided to interrupt my cosplay contest that I was emceeing and cause all kinds of a ruckus.
But hold on. Here's the problem. I am a former Missouri state champion, trained by Harley Race. I'm a former NWA Central States heavyweight champion. So my problem is not with him. My problem is actually more with you. Because
you didn't mess up my cosplay contest, though.
I could care less about you. Here's the problem: is you kind of disrespected the whole Central Missouri heavyweight champion type situation in general. You see, what you got to understand, my brother, is that wrestling at the Chase, Harley Race, myself, and we laid out the foundation of professional wrestling. It was not the WWE. It was not the WWF. So I understand the fact. Now, if you got a problem with this Jay, whatever his name, personally, that's fine. But you literally said some negative stuff about the Central States heavyweight title.
No, not the title. Not the title. I have nothing but mad love for the title. I've actually worn that title. I've worn that belt. I've got nothing but mad love for that title. I've worn the belt myself. It's the little Power Ranger wannabe, Jay Howard, that thinks he can nerd out with the best of us.
Okay. So basically your critiques and everything only had to do with him.
Only had to do with him.
As an individual.
Only had to do with him.
As an individual.
Of course.
Okay. Because you won the title yourself.
No, yes, I have. He wasn't around. He didn't know I had it, but still.
All right, so with that in mind, then, I will give you a pass on that. I will give you some respect on that. All right. But keep in mind, no matter what anybody tells you, Hacksaw Butch Reed from Kansas City.
Mad love for Hacksaw.
Ron, there is a number of people who have won and worn the Central States title at some point in time.
Yes.
So, again, what's his name, Jay? What?
Jay Howard.
Jay Howard. Okay, Jay Howard, I really don't know you, my brother, whatever else. But if you're wearing that belt, sport it well, respect it. And when somebody disrespects the belt, then they have a problem with all of us.
Bishop Stevens.
Peace out.